Making mini pizzas at home is fun. It's easy and delicious. Surprise your family with this simple recipe. Let's get cooking. This recipe is perfect for beginners. You can use store-bought dough or make your own. Don't be afraid to get creative with toppings. Let's gather our ingredients. For a perfect pizza dough, you need to have all the essentials ready. This ensures a smooth cooking process and a delicious outcome. You will need flour and water. Flour is the base of your dough, providing structure and texture. Water helps to bind the ingredients together. Yeast, olive oil, and salt are also crucial. Yeast helps the dough rise, giving it a light and airy texture. Olive oil adds richness and flavor, while salt enhances the overall taste. Don't forget the tomato sauce, cheese, and your favorite toppings. Tomato sauce provides a tangy base, cheese melts to create a gooey layer, and toppings add variety and extra flavor. You can use plain flour or strong bread flour. Strong bread flour gives a chewier texture, while plain flour results in a softer dough. Choose based on your preference. Warm water helps activate the yeast. Make sure it's not too hot, as this can kill the yeast, but warm enough to kickstart the fermentation process. Olive oil adds flavor to the dough. It also helps to keep the dough moist and prevents it from sticking to your hands in the bowl. Use a pinch of salt for taste. Salt balances the flavors and enhances the overall taste of the dough. Choose your favorite cheese for melting. Mozzarella is a classic choice, but you can also mix in cheddar or Parmesan for extra flavor. Pick toppings like pepperoni, veggies, or mushrooms. Fresh vegetables add a crunch, while meats like pepperoni add a savory touch. Customize your pizza to suit your taste. First, mix the yeast and warm water in a bowl. Make sure the water is warm, not hot, as too much heat can kill the yeast. Stir gently until the yeast dissolves completely. Let it sit for a few minutes. You'll notice the mixture starting to bubble and foam, which means the yeast is activated and ready to use. Add flour, olive oil, and salt to the yeast mixture. Use high-quality olive oil for the best flavor, and make sure to measure your ingredients accurately. Mix everything together until it forms a dough. Start with a spoon, then use your hands to bring the dough together. It should be slightly sticky but manageable. Knead the dough for a few minutes until it's smooth. This process helps develop the gluten, giving the dough its structure and chewiness. If the dough is too sticky, sprinkle a little flour on your hands and the surface. Cover the dough with a clean cloth. This keeps the dough from drying out and allows it to rise properly. Let it rise in a warm place for about an hour. The warmth helps the yeast to ferment, causing the dough to expand and become airy. The dough should double in size. This is a good indication that the yeast is working and your dough is ready for the next step. Preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. This ensures that your mini pizzas will cook evenly and have a perfectly crispy crust. Roll out the dough on a floured surface. Make sure to roll it out evenly to about a 1/4 inch thickness. This will help the dough cook properly and give you a nice, chewy texture. Use a cookie cutter or a glass to make small circles. These will be the base of your mini pizzas. Aim for circles that are about 3 inches in diameter for the perfect bite-sized treat. Spread tomato sauce on each circle. Be generous but not too heavy-handed. Then sprinkle cheese on top. You can use mozzarella, cheddar, or any cheese you prefer. Finally, add your favorite toppings. Whether it's pepperoni, mushrooms, bell peppers, or olives, the choice is yours. Bake for 10 to 12 minutes, or until the crust is golden brown. Keep an eye on them to make sure they don't burn. The cheese should be melted and bubbly, and the toppings should be cooked through. Let the pizzas cool slightly before serving. This will help the flavors settle and make them easier to handle. Plus, you don't want to burn your mouth on hot cheese. Enjoy your delicious homemade mini pizzas. They're perfect for parties, snacks, or even a fun family dinner. Bon appetit!